as part of the Fijian community, part of the Fijian ministry in our annual conference, the Fijians come from a Methodist tradition back home in Fiji. And one of the things that they come with is the tradition of honoring a Sabbath. Back in the islands, the Fijians normally drop everything on Sunday and they go to church. And when people go to church, particularly in the village context, everybody goes to church. The houses are empty back in the villages on Sundays during worship. And people on Sunday are also dressed formally. Nobody puts on working clothes or casual wear on Sundays in the village, particularly. And when people go to church, they bring everybody to church. So it's a family affair. It's a community affair. The whole village goes to church on Sunday. That tradition changes a bit when people move into the towns and cities. And when people come here to the States, that is a challenge that we face because of the context in which we operate in here. But the core of some of the tradition and the practices that we bring with us is Sunday worship and communal worship, family worship. Those things are at the heart of the Methodist tradition that the Fijians bring into this annual conference. So I would, we continue to share with one another the importance of maintaining those traditions, maintaining those practices. And also, people continue to worship in their own language. They worship in their own language. They sing in their own language. Methodist hymns by Charles Wesley have been translated into the Fijian language. So when people come across, they bring with them the tunes that are sung in English here. We have the Fijian version for that. So that these are also parts that connect us together into this Methodist tradition of the United Methodist Church here. So there is connection, there is tradition, and there are gifts that people come with. The gift of singing. People like to sing. The Fijians like to sing. And singing is actually a very important part of worship amongst the Fijian community. They have choirs, and people, when people sing during worship, the choir sings, but everybody sings also. So so it's like a communal. People participate. They are encouraged to participate. Individual participation and participation also within the group. So I like to first of all highlight those as we particularly look at the way that the Fijians worship here, particularly in the United Methodist Church. Yeah. Communal worship in the Fijian context is encouraged by the fact that community leaders, elders, chiefs in our villages, they are at the forefront of communal of religious gathering. They are at the forefront. So the leaders are not only traditional leaders; they are also leaders that lead the people during religious activities, like churches. like prayer meetings, Bible studies, men's fellowship, women's fellowship. So the elders also play an important role in bringing everybody together. The people will come to church particularly encouraged because they see that the elders are there, the chiefs are there, and these people in our communities play a very important role in maintaining leadership, maintaining stability, and also creating disciples, amongst particularly the younger generations. So that's a kind of tradition that we come from. That's the kind of tradition that we try to maintain in the new context where we are now, within the United Methodist Church. As part of the activities, the religious activities here within the church, in the United Methodist Church, the Fijians have formed Fijian ministries within the churches that they worship in. For the good thing is that for the Fijians, most of the Fijians can be found worshiping under the United Methodist Church banner here in the state of California, the California-Nevada Conference. We have just 2 churches here, and we have about 7 ministries. A recent group becoming part of the United Methodist Church in this annual conference, but we are grateful of the space and the places that we have been provided to be able to worship here, and sort of continue to grow the faith within our community. We would like to acknowledge places of worship where people have shared facility with our community members over the years. We have just recently been recognized as with 2 churches of our own, 2 Fijian churches in the last 2 years. So that's an acknowledgement also of the resources that have been made available for us within the church, the leadership that has been provided to us within the church, and the spaces particularly. And also we have been able to benefit from the processes and the structure that is within the church. And as we have been assisted by continuous conversation and engaging in a lot of discussions about how we can grow the Fijian ministry here within the conference. We reach out particularly to members of our own community who are out there. We also reach out to members of our community who have just recently arrived, as it is an immigrant community. So we reach out to new people, our new people who have just come in, and try to connect them to the church. That's one way we reach out. Apart from that, we also reach out to other communities as well, where we exist through outreach programs like homeless feeding, visiting of people who are medically challenged, people who are homebound. We do reach out to them. So, but I think one very important aspect of the Fijian community within the church is reaching out to our young people. So it's not only a sort of a reach out horizontally, it is also we reach out to people vertically down the line, because it is from within that a lot of strength can be drawn by trying to establish people within the faith from our own families and communities to be able to go out and witness to others. in other communities as well. And that is also something that we try to emphasize with our young people, because we would like them to continue to be part of the faith wherever they go. So it's been, the faith has been passed down to us. It's also, we feel that it is also our duty that we pass it on to the next generation to maintain continuity within the church, within the Fijian churches, within the church. And I think that is one of the challenges that we face. A lot also goes on with that. We have to pass on other things to our younger generation. We pass on the faith, we pass on the language, we pass on some of the tradition, so that we continue to maintain growth within our community as far as growing the church and growing the faith is concerned. I think it's one of the things that I feel personally that we could do is continue to do the good work wherever we are, with whatever people that we have around us. Most of our people, most of the members of the Fijian community here are placed in various places of employment. Basically, a large percentage of whom work as caregivers here. And I feel that people have been making some impact in the lives of our communities in those areas by not only reaching out to people and provide medical and physical support, but also some spiritual support as well. So, I think that is something that that we would like to do in order to not only participate in the economic activity and economic life of our communities wherever we are, but also be a light in also sharing the word with whoever we work with or we get in touch with. So I think that is, and the good thing is that we're beginning to get responses from some of this community. People are saying, hey, can we have a Fijian to come and look after my dad? My mother-in-law was here, and I think it's an indication of the impact, the positive impact that people have that created. Not only are we providing some of this care, but we are also providing additional care, spiritual care as well, to some of the lives that we impact in life. So I think we need to just be encouraged to continue with that good work and make impact in society.